Hey, hey, hey. Let's turn these lights on. Come on. Maybe we'll get a glow. There we go. We got a glow. Hi, hi, hi. Welcome, everyone. I am just getting ready to film this week's videos, but I was really excited because I wanted to do a live. I haven't been live for forever, and I would just like all of you to know that the person to blame is somebody that made a comment and said, Chengi, stop doing lives, so crap at it, you get carried away and start talking to people, so don't do lives because you're losing your train of thought. And they were right, because I do lose my train of thought when I do lives, and it's so important for me to communicate a thought to you without hello, I can see we're all coming together without being distracted, because I get distracted when you start talking to me, I start talking to you, and we start going on different tangents. But what I'm going to ask you to do is save your questions for the end of the video. I'm going to stay on here for as long as is practical before I set up cameras, lights for your weekly upload. But I do miss you, and I do want your comments. I want your comments, I want your questions. I really want to, whatever question you have for me, but hold on tight until the end. And I've been sort of thinking, what was I going to talk about? What am I going to talk about with my liveys? GM NC here. Yes, yes. Hello. See, I'm getting distracted. So I wanted to talk about younger men and older women, because I am getting the most pushback on that video, and I hope those of you who've been following me a while understand something about me. Good morning, Caramel Tia. That I really am a lover, not a herder. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, okay? It's really important to me that I am as understood as possible, and that also I understand you and I understand what's going on. I may be a relationship expert, but really I think it's an overstated thing. I am a relationship student. So I am always happy to learn. If you leave comments that open my mind to different ways of thinking or allowing me to see a perspective differently, I'm the sort of person who really wants to learn, grow, and expand on my knowledge. So I believe that an expert is really a student. So comments are so welcome that are constructive, but sometimes I know I hit a nerve, like tss, 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 and what I get is a lot of pushback and a lot of very angry, insulting people. And I need you to know something about me, and I've said this before in another live video. If you come at me with insults and stuff, I just find it funny. I have the weirdest sense of humor, and you'll probably find on some of my comments, on some of my responses, me laughing because I actually find it funny. Not all the time, but I do find people who kind of just come out right and say crappy stuff funny. I don't know, it just has this laugh response in me, and so I laugh. So it's, you know, and sometimes I feel like, oh, okay, don't put the laughy face, because I really don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But let's get talking about this subject. And for those of you who like structured videos, just wait for the other videos that are going to be coming out, because girl, when I am going live, it's just a party. Okay, I totally miss you. I miss the interaction. I'm live all the time in Chengi's Angels, which is a Facebook group, and on High Value Girls Pray, another Facebook group. So the girls are used to see me live, but YouTube is obviously like a much bigger platform, and sometimes I feel like they're gonna eat me. Okay, but you are my number one family. You were there first, and I love you. Make sure you share this video. Let's share this video. I've got to let you know, people, I can't wait to get to 40,000. I can't be, I've got a whole party just ready, a one go party ready. So we're nearly there, 200 more subscribers. So share, and let's get this party started. Okay. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to read through some of your comments. Okay. And we're going to go through them. And I just want to answer one or two things from a video that I did recently called Older Woman, Younger Man, The Truth About Dating Younger Men. And that really upset a lot of people. Now, for those of you who don't know, I have done probably 3 other videos on this topic. And if you watch those, it's me really giving this whole situation green light, boo boo, like, do that thing, okay? My attitude towards interracial dating, different age groups is really green light, right? I am a lover of love. I reckon wherever you can find it, however you can find it, you best give it a chance. It might not necessarily work out for you, but love is the one thing in this world that deserves a chance. So even if he is considerably younger than you and you have a connection, I'm never gonna be the girl to say, hey, stop, you're gonna have your heart broken, he's gonna be a moron, and things are gonna go dodgy, okay? I'm the girl who is gonna look at the situation and give you your options, okay? What I want from my followers is for all of you, my subbies, my family, let's just call you my family, my online family, is I want you to proceed with wisdom. I want you to proceed with your eyes wide open. When you engage in relationships with open eyes, when your eyes are open, then you navigate differently. And how we navigate relationships determines ultimately the success of them or the failure. And I have to let you know that the ending of a relationship does not signal failure to me in a relationship. It just means that that relationship is completed. But how it ends is really important, because how you end one relationship is how you're gonna signal the quality of the relationship to come. So I'm really invested in helping my clients and my family to navigate relationships so that at the end you're stronger, better, wiser, smarter than broken, traumatized, lose your faith in love. This is my job, to make sure that we journey through every relationship and come out on the other side with some bounce back game, okay? Come out on the other side wiser, smarter, okay? Good morning, Shell. So, like I said, hold your questions till the end, because I want to answer all your questions. And they don't have to be around this subject. They can be around anything you want to ask me. And if you want to ask me personal questions, you go right ahead and do that. I am feeling good. I am feeling positive. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling alive. It's raining in London right now, but my spirit is happy. So I will be more than happy to answer any questions that you have for me if they are appropriate and I'm in a position to answer them honestly and truthfully. Okay, so let's just get one thing straight. Love is love. Okay, love is love. Chemistry is chemistry. Come on, somebody. Okay, chemistry is a biochemical reaction. It is a spiritual reaction, and we don't have a choice about who we are attracted to, right? We're attracted to who we are attracted to, and that can be a married man, that can be the most inappropriate person. It could be your doctor. Attraction is something that happens biochemically in our bodies. It is a reaction to DNA. It's pheromones, and really your body and our bodies are searching for somebody who is as close to our DNA but not too close for it to be incestuous, which is why way back when cousins, even in England, cousins can marry, okay? Because of course the DNA is close but not so close. So yes, albeit it's not something that is encouraged in some cultures, the reaction to male female, even in people that are related, yeah, okay, cousins, and I hate to break it to you, but even fathers and daughters, I know it's terrible, but once we come out of the womb, and I know it's seedy and I know it's really terrible to take, but I've just got to let you know that attraction is very animalistic. It's very, hi from Kenya, Gatwiri, hi from Kenya. Okay, it's very animalistic. It's very, it's something that we then have to be trained to manage, and culture, depending on your culture, therefore determines what's appropriate, what's inappropriate, you know, and then we're kind of scripted and then we're kind of programmed to think a certain way. So, of course, if you meet a guy that's considerably younger than you and their DNA and your DNA is like, whoop, 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 it doesn't matter. Like, your body is not gonna be like, you're too young. Your body is gonna be like lubricating, like, hello, 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 hottie. Okay, and so, you know, a lot of the structures that we put around younger women, older men, because that's what we're talking about right now. We'll talk about another maybe interracial dating, because I know that's going to get me into a lot of trouble. But a lot of the borders and boundaries were really set aside for survival. Okay, they were to kind of every species, every nation, every country, every human being is hardwired to survive. And so we create cultures, traditions, rituals, ways of thinking around our ability to survive. And so there was a time when men were the hunter-gatherers. They would go out into the wild, and women just could not fight the bears and the lions and the wild. They had to stay home and look after the babies. Hi, Tiffany. Good morning from Texas. Love you, girl. So, you know, women had to stay in from Idaho. Yay, Laureen. Yay. So basically, we would stay at home. Sorry, I've already told you I get distracted. And we would look after the young. Somebody had to stay at home and look after the young, and women are a lot more capable of that job naturally, and men are more capable of hunting and separating emotions from which our brains are wired differently and for different tasks. So we needed men to go out there and, you know, find food and bring it home, right? And then that evolved when the currency changed, and we were no longer trading cows for cows or cows for grain and all of these things, and the world evolved, and now money is the currency we use. Okay, and then women's lib happened to women, for better and for worse, and now girls can be out here in these streets making some serious dough. Okay, we can be out here in these streets and making some money, honey. Okay, and so therefore the woman's survival and the child's survival no longer needed the culture that was, okay, the woman must just be you know, kept higher from West of Island. Hello, Andy. So, you know, we are kind of now, the roles have changed. Okay, the dynamics have changed because culturally women don't need men to do what they used to do, but energetically women still need to be provided for, because that is part of the feminine makeup. Okay, so energetically and psychologically, if you're in your feminine brain, which you are, because at your core you're feminine, your brain is wired to process feminine energy, and men's brains are wired to process, you know, except for gay men, left-handed men, they have a different sort of brain. Okay, but by and large, talking about the typical male has a different brain from a woman, and and all of that is designed to process masculine and feminine energy. So when men are in a lot of feminine energy, it makes them ill physically, and vice versa, because we're overloading the way that our brains are structured. I don't want to get into that too much, but I know you're smart, and I know you're tracking with me. I know you're flowing with me. So now we're in a time and a day where a woman can make money, and so younger men and older women dynamic shifts, because now we don't need men for what we needed them before. We need them now for a sense of being provided for, taken care of, cherished. It's more the idea that we need more than the reality, and some of us need the actual reality, and there's no shame in your game, boo boo. Okay, as long as you're pure-hearted in your pursuit of what it is that you want. So of course, now more than ever, the older woman, hey, from Melbourne, Australia, the older woman has got the same similar options that the older man used to have. Okay, and we are not getting old like we used to. We're staying younger longer, and basically the phenomenon of the younger man, older woman is for real. And I think, and I can see and perceive that in the next 10 years, that will be the massive trend. It used to be a celebrity thing, but now it is the way the world is going to go. And that is for multiple reasons. And those are stated in the video, younger man, older woman. Okay, the reasons are in there, and I don't want to go over it because I just want to read the comments. But the bottom line is that we are going to see more of it, and we're going to experience more of it. And I want to say to you, all you girls out here in these streets, okay, 30s, 40s, late 20s, be open to love from younger men, right? Be open to it. But watch the video to know what to look out for. Watch the video to be able to understand the dynamics. So let's read the first comment. Okay. This is from Colette Ann Mode, and this is 14 hours ago. And she writes, so I'm guessing this judgmental Christian woman, it's just how I read it in my head, right? With an attitude is not in a age gap relationship and is not with a much younger man and is advising us older women about younger men. What a joke. Ha 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 ha. This is why I find these comments funny, because I've got like a little voice in my head that reads it. Don't know why she has so many likes exactly. She's the worst one on here, really. Okay. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. I actually loved that comment. Actually, it's what actually spurred me on to do this live. And if y'all enjoy these videos, I might do more of them, right? Okay. Those of you who've been with me forever kind of know this is just... Now, I understand why this comment is like this, and I know why she is hurt. Okay. This is her being triggered. And she's being triggered because the things I say in the video are actually true for her. She knows deep down on the inside of her innards that that's what I'm saying is true. Okay. And when we feel caught is we lash out and we deflect and we point fingers. And because to her, I'm not a real person, I'm just something on the screen, she feels she can say that to me. And basically, so therefore, as I am kind of reading this is why. Somebody just said to me, why exactly are you doing this video? Hello! Okay. Now, the reason I'm doing this video is this. She's called me a judgmental Christian. I think this is supposed to be like a put down. Okay, fine. I'm sorry. I really want to say to you, Colette, I'm sorry if you feel that I was being judgmental, because it's not at all my intention. And I'm sure if you watch that video, you realize that there was no judgment in that. This was just points that I was making of many videos in and around this subject. Now, she's said that I have never been in an age gap relationship. So I just wanted to correct that, because actually for the last 5-6 years, I have only ever dated men that are much younger than me. Okay. The youngest guy that I dated was 13 years younger than me. Okay. And that was an incredible, amazing encounter. Really great relationship. He was a doctor and very old soul. We connected on a real level. We were very much connected. And, you know, that relationship didn't end because of age. He was a provider. He was capable of being provided. He was financially well off. So when I did that video and I was saying they look for, I'm talking about, oh dear, I think my battery's gonna die. I am talking about things like, you know, the things that happen in general. So the reason why I dated him is because I did the maths. I was in there with my eyes wide open. I wasn't in there. You're gonna have to bear with me for 2 seconds. I need to get my charger. Right, I wasn't in there just hoping that he wouldn't break my heart, for heaven's sakes. You know, which is what a lot of us are doing out here. We're not vetting and verifying these men. You know, you have to judge a man on being high value, right? He's got to be high value, you know, and you can't just be flattered by the fact that he's younger. You know, can he be a suitable provider? Can he be a suitable protector? And can he cherish you? You know, if these are not in line, then you're going to fall prey to the stuff I've got in that video. Then you're going to become his ATM machine. Then you're going to become his mama while he sorts himself out. These are realities, and you being upset about it is not going to change anything. You know, I'm here to help you. And I dated another younger guy, but I think he was like 10 years, 11 years younger, and he was a millionaire. Okay, so he wasn't trying to get with me to get into my wallet to use me as an ATM. He wanted to look after me, like he wanted to spoil me, and he did, right? So I was with him because mentally, emotionally, he was together. Okay, so if you're not doing the maths and you're just out here being flattered because some young man wants to date you, and you're like, you know, listen, you are going to end up on the pile traumatized because his behind is going to use you, abuse you, and discard of you. Okay, now, you know, and then one of the most significant relationships I've had, he was 10 years younger, and we're probably going to get married. He was in the legal field. He had his stuff together. He had his own place. He had his own life. I mean, all these guys that I've dated, I haven't actually, even my ex-fiance was younger than me. Like, I haven't dated men my age or older in forever. I don't even know what that feels like. Okay, so number one, for that person who's like, why are you making this video exactly? I'm making it to educate you that just because I don't sit here and tell you my business, right, doesn't mean I'm talking from a textbook. Okay, I am talking from real life. Okay, half the time, absolutely, watch the video. He pays all the bills. He's one of the best. Absolutely. Listen, listen to me. I don't even know if I can date a guy who's older than me now, or even my age. Like, I do like the idea of being with a younger guy. Like, it works for me because, quite frankly, I'm very young at heart. I'm very silly. I'm very playful. And I think a lot of these guys kind of thought that, you know, they were going to get an older woman. But I'm just so young at heart. You know, I'm an old soul in so many ways, but I'm really very young at heart. So it's not that I don't know. So be careful when you come out here in these YouTube streets and make comments about whether you think, you know, obviously she's never been in an age gap relationship. Like, really? Girl, come on, stop yourself. Okay, we've been there, we are there, we be doing that. Okay, but I need you to be careful because I know what it feels like to be vulnerable and the feeling of being vulnerable. And I was like some other women who were like, you know what, I don't date younger. You know, the first guy that I dated that was younger, that was 13 years younger, I was freaked out, but he came at me like a grown man. Older men can be so boring. That's true. You know, he came at me like a grown man. He stepped up to me like a grown man. He was like, boo. You know, and I was like, what? I was like, boy, do you know how old I am? Like, I was shocked. And ordinarily, hey, Slubsy, and ordinarily, I would have like kicked him to the curb, but I had been getting clients who were dating younger men and really had a lot of shame around that, right? Because again, we are still in transition, and I had to help them navigate I don't want a younger man. That's okay. I tell you what, I had to navigate their space. I had to navigate helping them accept that love was coming to them in the form that they did not accept. So, 2 minutes later, I'm now in their shoes, and I had to think, okay, you can be a hypocrite and tell other women, listen, if he loves you and he's invested, give him a chance. You can be a hypocrite and tell them that and be like no to every young guy who comes to you. So I decided I'm not going to be a hypocrite. Like, anybody who knows me knows that integrity is really important to me. So I was like, I'm going to give it a go, because if I'm telling other women to do it, I'm going to give it a go. And I've never looked back since. And quite frankly, I don't actually get older guys approach me, or guys my age approach me, because they probably think I'm too young, right? So if I take all this makeup off, and I'm quite petite body wise, so from the back or from the front, I just look like a way younger woman, and with no makeup on, I look like I'm 12, right? So I think most men just assume I'm too young for them, so they just don't talk to me. Okay, so it's usually younger guys because they genuinely think I'm the same age, right? Right, you're dating a guy that's 4 years younger. For me, that's not really an age gap. Like, if you're in the same generation, it's not really an age gap. If it's like more than 10 years, it used to make me itchy. But I don't really think, somebody left a comment here and they said something to the effect of, if everyone's over 18, it should be nobody's business. And I actually agree. I think if the man is legal and my son is 14, but if you meet him, you think you're talking to a 40-year-old, right? So you will find that, I'm just trying to find her comment. And men also were commenting and saying, their women are 14 years older than them, and they're happy and they're in love. So, I don't see how people get offended. It's just that they get triggered because they're really not paying attention. My job is to keep you safe. Okay, and to keep you winning, right? So of course there are going to be haters and people that are going to judge, and my family really had a hard time with the possibility that I could bring a man that was more than 10 years younger than me home as a hubby. They had a hard time with it, like getting their heads around it, because I'm African, and boo-boo, if you think that it's got a stigma and shame around it in the Western world, try be African and see what's what. Like, it's a big deal. Okay. So, for me, there were a lot of hoops to jump. But, if he is 18 and over, if he is legal, right, in whatever country, state you are in, then, and, you resonate. Like I said, my son is 14, but he could be 40. Like, so if my son brought me a woman that was 10, 15 years older than him, I wouldn't even flinch, because it makes sense. Because he talks to me, hello from New York, hi Clara. He talks to me like we're the same age, because he's just who he is an old soul. So of course, if he found an attractive, young looking older woman, even if she's not young looking, but they had a connection and she was right for him, I'm not gonna be like going on. It would make sense to me, right? Because someone once, when I was telling them about my younger boyfriend, said to me, but how would you feel if your son brought home an older woman? I'd be like, I'd be okay with it. Like, people think it's some kind of, you're just automatically supposed to be offended. Yes, somebody says, I think my younger boyfriend appreciates the life experience I've had and how I handle myself. He says younger women are too insecure and clingy. And we gotta face facts. I would rather be with the younger one, lol. Okay. Yeah, and there's somebody who said, listen, I'm not feeling the idea of a younger man. I say don't knock it till you try it, okay? But not everybody is addicted, is attracted to younger energy. And to be fair, I only ever dated men that were marginally older, who were more of a match for my old soul than a match for my young spirit, my playfulness. And that wasn't a bad experience either. I just needed to be open to other experiences. And it's sad to say, but when you date guys that are younger, you just tend to prefer it eventually after a while. I mean, it would really take a lot. I've had better experiences with older men. yeah, that's true. You know, you're gonna have, you know, better experience. And also remember this, your generation and your age range is going to determine the experience you have. So if you're in your 20s, the guy you're dating is probably going to be in his teens or whatever. That's fine. If you're in your late 30s and you're dating somebody who's in their kind of 20s, early 20s, really much younger, it's going to be a different experience. But when you are in your 30s and you're dating somebody who's in their late 20s, it's really not a biggie. Or so I love the guy I'm with right now. We became official back in September, and he has an amazing energy in terms of positivity, and he's already told me he wants a future. Absolutely. So, and I think that what is happening as well is there are a lot of young men with old souls, and you know, they just don't understand their world. Like all the guys I've dated, they're like, babe, I've tried dating women younger, and quite frankly, they just don't get it. They don't get the fact that the things I want to do that go beyond clubbing. And you know, unfortunately as well, there are a lot of young girls out here in these streets sleeping around. Like, you know, I have to say your body count after, you know, when you're in your 20s and it's higher, it's like high men can smell that, you know. And you know, they like the idea that we're more settled. We've kind of had our fun, really. We kind of want to have fun, but not the same kind of fun. And we're more settled, we're more mature, we can have, you know, interesting, fuller conversations. Our spirits are a little bit more rested, we're not, you know, anxious. We've achieved a lot of stuff, you know. We're just a good resting place. And men in general love a sense of peace. They love a sense of a woman that owns herself, that's in her body, that speaks her truth, that is feminine. And I just find that women are more willing to be feminine as they get older. They're more willing to soften as they get older. They've done more, they've accomplished more, and that's really attractive to younger men. Also, they just feel like you know, even sexually, we're not out here in these streets being shy and coy, and I don't want anybody to see my stretch marks. You know, we've sort of got used to our bodies. We own our bodies. They are what they are. They're not perfect. Um, yeah, don't knock it. You know, we're kind of in a different place and space, so I completely understand their desire to go for the older woman, and just as there are older men who like younger women, so it balances itself off. Where you got, hi, hello from Latin America, Georgette here, I'm 59 and don't look it, uh guys 10 or 15 years, don't look it, guys 10 a 15 years older. Okay, I didn't quite get that, but I'm assuming you date guys that are 10 or 15, you're older than them by 10, 15 years. Okay. Exactly. I'm 57 and he's 40. He really wants a serious. Absolutely. Like, for me, like, that's not even a thing because it's not that far removed. Okay. And, you know, if he's got kids already, then he's not going to be hung up about having kids. If he hasn't had kids, then, you know, that's a conversation, like I said in that video, that you all need to have because it's going to count. It's going to matter. It's going to come into the picture. Right. I'm just trying to find another comment here. Ayawana Chester, I'm 25 and the guy I'm interested in is 20 but turning 21 this year. I think I'm more afraid and worried how things will go since I'm turning 26 this year, and I want kids. I don't want kids anytime soon, nor be married. I'm just worried since I'm older. I'm just throwing myself into a terrible position, especially since I've always dated men older than me and never younger. I think this is just to do with your own insecurities, because it is quite a vulnerable. With the first time you do it, or the first time you open yourself up to it, you do feel vulnerable. But I don't think that the fact that he is 4 years younger really is going to stop you from doing anything. Or in fact, I think the fact that you want to wait for kids lets him kind of grow up a bit more and get more stuff done. So I think it's perfectly okay. And I think the few comments, somebody says, pray about it. Another person says, I'd go on a date with him and get to know him maybe. He doesn't want kids or to rush into anything either. Exactly. uh, and I said actually in that comment that a man that is 25 years is simply not developed enough for something real, but he might be that old spirit, right? So that's another thing for you to note. If your guy is under 25, his brain hasn't finished developing. So it's I mean, the risk factor is way higher. I kind of now cut it off at 30 because I'm 43 now, and I cut it off at 30, like cut off, right? Because 30, we're starting to kind of works. Um, what else to say? Oh, I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I'm 25. He's 20. Both are birthdays in November. I'll be 26 and I'll be 21 by the end of the year. Do you have socials? I mean, for me, 25 years, 4 years, 3 years, that's not like a thing. Like, just get on with it. Get happy. Come on. And you're so young in your 20s. This is the time for you to really be, I'm just getting these notifications. It's really the time for you to be exploring and investigating. And, I just feel like don't be so hung up in your 20s or any age. I just want all of you to be open to love. I just want you to be smart. Okay? I want you to be smart, but ladies, please, please, please don't just reject a guy because he's younger, but do vet him. And vet him as you would vet any man under any circumstances. Like, I don't care how old you are, you need to be a provider, protector, and somebody who like, that's not even up for negotiation. Okay, so that's my standard, not he's got to be this age. Exactly. And we don't need to be in a hurry. What else do we have here? My mother is 7 years older than my father. They don't mind that I bring an older woman. That's amazing, because another thing that I say in the video as well is some of the roadblocks you will kind of hit into. I'm 26. I find it hard to meet young, wealthy men, so I look for older. Yeah, I mean, you will get young. I mean, there are younger millionaires and younger men who are making money now, but they're not in abundance. Usually, it takes a while for men to. But again, just going back to Beefy Manager here in the comment section, his parents don't mind him bringing a woman that's younger. Now, that's really very progressive. Certainly in my experience, two of the guys I dated were African. One of them was English. And I genuinely believe that, the two African guys didn't work because they just couldn't get their head around introducing me to their family, because I just feel like there's more of a stigma within the African context, whereas the English white guy, he was just like whatever, like his parents don't care, like, and I find that to be more the case than not, because I get a lot of sort of messages from African girls who are dating younger men, and then at the point she's like, so we're getting married or what, he will turn around and say, my family will never accept you because you're older, which I think is just, didn't he not know you were older when he was talking to you? But I say it only to say that you need to have the conversation. Like, you need to be aware of the conversations you need to have, which is why I have created the videos, so that you can have the right conversations. Like, you have to ask him, how will your mama, especially your mama, feel? Because daddies don't really care. If you're cute and you're sweet, he's like, whatever. Okay. It's usually the mamas who, oh my goodness, notifications, I should have just stopped those, who have an issue. So you need to have that conversation, like, so how will your mama feel about you bringing an older woman home? Like, what? And one of the guys was like, point blank, very honest with me, is like, she ain't gonna like it. Okay. And the other one was like, I've never done it, so I don't know how they would feel. Like, I've never kind of, and the other one was like, I don't care. But I needed to know that before investing, right? So these are, we want to have this, like, talking about love is different, like, but if you are in the market for a relationship long term, if you're in the market to have a bit of fun, see what works, try on different guys, see how it fits, Again, dating is not mating. It's just a time to really get to know people. Um, if that's what you're doing, then whatever. But if you are looking for a relationship to one day be married, have kids, or whatever, invest money, time, whatever, in somebody long term, you need to ask certain questions early before you invested, before you're emotionally invested, before you are like taken in by them. And one of those questions is how your mama gonna feel about it. You gotta check if he makes enough money to be not needing you for money. You gotta check, certain things. I love older women. I'm 34. Good for you. I have a guy friend who is 40, and he just gets all excited over women that are in their late 50s and 60s. Like, he's just like, I love me, an older woman. To be honest, if you're 34 and a woman's 40, I don't really think that's an age gap thing, quite frankly. I feel like it's not a thing. It's a thing depending on the lifestyle and the sort of relationship that you want. If you want to have kids at some point, you can't be out here in these streets dating her for 5 years. You have to move fast, because if you want a woman who's 40 to have kids, that's really pushing the boat. So you've got to hurry up and keep her moving. If you don't care much for children, or you're happy to adopt her children, or you have children of your own, then it's a no-brainer, because the child thing, the children thing, that's the biggie. The the mama thing, that's a hugie. Okay, these things are about talking about. So I don't see why everybody's getting irate in the comment section and being insulting. I mean, I had to actually remove this one woman who was savage. I mean, she came for me like, she was just, oh my gosh, she was angry. And I was thinking, did you actually watch that video? Did you watch it? Because I was just like trying to help you out here, girl. But, turned out that she was dating a guy who was like 24 years younger. That's a very, that's scary, and I can understand why she was that upset. But we really need to kind of, you can say what you want in the comment section, but I'm just going to remove you, okay? Because the truth is, I'm very careful about the energy around my channel, the people that follow me. Please, why can't you respond to my point? Sorry, Steven. Let's see what Steven's saying before. Okay, Steven, let's see. Steven, I'm 42, young man, and I need my future wife from here. Please, can you help? Somebody want to be with Steven? He's 42, and he wants to, please, can you respond to my point? So, anybody want to date Steven? Okay, I'm ready for questions now. My last two relationships were both 6-7 years younger, and that is not really a difference at all. Nobody would have guessed it at all. 10 years or more now, we're talking real age difference. I agree. I was really fortunate because, and I am, because you can't actually tell unless we tell you, because the guys I date are huge. They're all like 6 foot and big, and I'm little. I'm like 5'2" and petite. So we don't like, but it shouldn't matter. Even if you do look older. SH says, as women, we need to consider our biological clocks. They are younger men who are mature enough, but they should also be wary of men who waste our time. Absolutely. You should also be wary of men that, absolutely. We can't ignore the fact that we have biological clocks. We cannot ignore the fact that at some point, a guy that's in his 20s, he thinks love is enough. He thinks it's going to be okay. And I'm not saying that there can't be a real connection and real love and real sacrifice, because relationships are sacrifice. Safia says, hey, Steven, where do you live? There's some love connections out here in these streets. Anybody got any questions? I'm ready for your questions. Give it to me, boo-boo. Give it to me. So I hope that I've cleared out this understanding that I'm somehow against younger men and older women. I hope that I've clarified. You know, I personally don't go hunting. Stephen lives in the UK. Randy says, I'm looking for a good girl. I don't like younger women that are younger than me. Oh dear. Stephen says, I am African. All right. So if you're in the UK and you are older and you want an African man, then Stephen's your guy. I'm 25. I'm trying to find a relationship. How wonderful. Why am I getting the boys talking? We're the girls. Come on. Talk to me. What is it you'd like me to answer? It doesn't have to be about younger men and older women. It can be about anything. And let me know if you like me going live, because I could probably fit Thursdays in for lives for ya. Darling Carter, I am with a Nigeria. He is younger and treats me good. Okay, darling, I'm very happy for you. Which part of Africa are you from, Stephen? Okay, I'm 38 in New York City. Okay, there you go, Stephen. Okay, just go through those comments and get it together. A good woman, no matter age, someone who respects you as a man, who values you as a person. A relationship must be built on respect. They need a dating app with younger men, older women, right? That's a good business idea. I'm sure it exists somewhere. My father from Togo and my mother is Ghanaian. That's a nice little mixture. It's like a nice little mixture. So hit up Steven on his channel. Send him a message on his YouTube channel, girl. Send your pictures. Send him your Instagram handles out here in these streets. Okay, we're making a love connection here. I love older black women, young black men. I'm assuming, I don't know. Okay, I love older black women and you're a young black man of 28. Why are the boys out here in these streets? Why? I need to hear from the girls. Okay. It's a red flag if a guy asks to go Dutch, asks you to pay for your own meal. Totally. No, we don't do that. Nope. No, Miss Snowy. We do not go Dutch or pay for our own meal. If you ask me out on a date, it's your date and I'm your guest and you will pay. Or you will never see me again. It's really not about money, it's about investment. And my girls on the Angels know this. So if you're not on Chengi's Angels on Facebook, do be on there, because my girls on the Angels understand that it's not about money, it's about investment. If he can't even invest in a meal but wants to date you, he is low value, boo-boo. South African, UK, 32. Oh, Miss Taylor is in the UK, Stephen. She's 32 and she's offering up the goods. Let's get together. Okay, not those goods. She's offering up her time and attention. I am a young black man, 28. A good question, Miss Snowy. You're right, girl. Where are you located in the UK? You lot need to take this off my channel and go and talk about this on Instagram. Come on, slide into each other's DMs. Okay, that's what happens. Okay, sorry. What did I miss? I was on a roll here. Okay. I was with someone 4 years younger than me. We happened to be together 4 months. He left for military training. I waited till he was back, and then he comes changed and dumps me. Last week goes to his ex. Oh, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry that happened. Oops, yeah, I'm sorry. That's what happened when you're trying to charge a phone and everything. Okay, any more questions, or do you want me to go away? Because I'm going to go away in 2 minutes. I'm loving the fact that you're all having a good time, having a conversation. Don't you dare do that. Having a conversations with each other and getting to know each other. And if you share this video and I get enough views, I promise I will do another live, and I'll even let you decide what you want me to do the live on. Just leave it in the comment section if you want me to do a live on something particular. A lot of younger men like older women because younger women look at relationships for just what you can do for me. I guess so. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. But thank you. I find it frustrating that men my age 43 don't want me, but a man with my but a man my dad's age does. Thoughts, Mel? Oh, that's just your energy, really, Mel. If you want to figure that out, just book a call with me and we can discuss that, because I have to do like a bit of an energy read on you to see why that's the case. But it's usually an energy thing. The reason why I attract a lot of young guys is because I'm really young at heart and I'm really playful. And even though when I'm socially out, I'm very introverted, there is a very kind of naughty childlike spirit energy that I have that sort of signals them. So you're just signaling these guys. And also remember, older men like younger women. So it's like a reverse. I'm thinking of proposing to her next year. What do you think? I'm 28 and the woman is 34. We're madly in love. I think you should do it. And I think you should let me know when you've done it and put it on the Instagram and contact me on Instagram, because that sounds exciting. I am so excited for you. I think you should propose. Bye, Chengi. Thank you for helping us. You're welcome. For some reason, I've been dating younger men because I still look like I'm in my mid-20s. Is it possible to be serious with these guys? Well, if you're vetting them and selecting them properly, we've just seen a 20-something-year-old ready to propose to a 30-something-year-old right here, right now, in this moment. So I don't see why not. You just have to be savvy. Listen, relationships are complex. Relationships are, they're not easy, generally, because we're coming from different backgrounds, different cultures, different histories. And now that we're dating cross cultures, cross religion, I mean, people are just like mingling, and we're all coming with our backstories. So people like me exist because the world has changed, and now we need to be really smart about how we date rather than just following the chemistry. So whenever you take the path of greater resistance, a path that is unfamiliar to you or your family or your ancestors, whenever you do something different from the status quo, then you just have to be that bit smarter, right? You have to be that bit more savvy. And that's what I'm here to help you become. Not judge you, not hurt your feelings, not call you out, not make fun of anybody, not do, this is not a clapback video. This is really, I'm trying to be understood, because the desire of my heart, I would hate it if somebody said something that would make me feel like somehow I'm not deserving of love because I'm older than my man or whatever. That would be painful, and I didn't want anybody to walk away pained like that. But I have to say that I do find it funny when y'all make stupid comments, right? Because I'm like, it's just stupid. Okay, let's have a conversation. I am all about people not agreeing with me. You don't have to agree with me. Trust me. I don't get offended like that. I'm quite happy to argue my point, to show you where I'm coming from, and understand I've been doing this for years. I have been in the relationship world for years and years and years, right? I have seen it all, heard it all. Like when I'm on a discovery call, and make sure you book a discovery call. If you got in a situation, just go to my website, chengisworld.co.uk/shop, and book a discovery call, because I love to meet you and have a chat and help you out. But I've helped women all over the world, in every culture: Hong Kong, London, New York, major cities, Africa, South Africa, Nigeria. I have women calling me from all over the world, not just yesterday. I didn't start doing this yesterday. I've been doing this pretty much all my life. So when I do a video, people, right, I'm not just plucking up an idea and just giving you information because I've got nothing better to do. Because I realize and recognize that there are a lot of dating coaches out here in these streets who are doing it for the money, because relationships are hot topics and everybody wants to make a name for themselves, and everybody who's married thinks they're an expert, right? Because I'm married, I'm an expert in relationships. No, you're not. We don't know why you got married. Did you settle because you thought you were getting too old? We don't know what happens in your marriage. And just because you're good at your marriage doesn't mean you're good at relationships, because baby, relationships come in different shapes, forms, sizes, situations, wisdom, science, reading, being a geek, having experience. What I have is experience, people, and I haven't had anybody ask for a refund ever yet, because I'm about the results. Okay, so let's not try and like like when I do a video, I'm making things up. I am talking from practical experience, learning. Like, you have to understand that I take my job very seriously, because I take your lives very seriously, because I know what it is to be in the dark in relationships, because I was a dating disaster myself, and I know how that felt, and I know how it felt when I was online trying to find help. What? Here's me already planning, Stephen. And I know what it's like when you're trying to find help and you go on these channels and you either get these crazy Christian types that are just giving you so non-practical advice. Just go on dates with a bunch of people. I mean, like, I've heard some crappy stuff from pastors or from Christian married women who now think that they must speak into the relationship, whatever, and they do just as much harm. And then you kind of have these kind of super anything goes, and then you get people who just woke up one morning and thought, hey, I'm going to talk about relationships. So I understand that people are getting a little bit more guarded and feel like, but I need you to understand that that's not what I'm about here in these here relationship streets. I am a geek. I wake up, sleep, eat relationships. I don't watch television. I don't party. I'm an absolute geek. This is what I do for years and years and years. I read, I study, I understand the science, the psychology. I understand through clients, practical results. There's a reason why my clients get married. If you haven't been on my Instagram, there are testimonials on there. There are testimonials here on the YouTube. If you look at my stories, there's a reason why people are meeting their mates through me. Marriages are being restored. I have a lot of married clients who are now happily married that were about to divorce, right? There's a reason, because I know my stuff and I know what I'm doing, right? So when you do comment, please be smart, okay? Let's just be smart. I know I'm never going to eradicate foolishness in my comments, but I will remove you because I'm not thirsty. I know some people will keep dodgy comments on there because they're thirsty, because they want the algorithm to be like, there's how many comments. I don't care. If you have wrong energy, your behind is gonna be removed. Are you religious, Chengi? I go to church. My current BF don't. I don't impose my religion into him, but I do want to get baptized in the future. I am Christian, yes, very spiritual, soon to be ordained a pastor. So I am very serious about my walk with God. And this conversation is not going to be had live on this channel, but do contact me for a discovery call. Again, you can get the details under most of my videos. Just go to chengisworld.co.uk/shop and book a discovery call, and let's talk about it, because it's quite a sensitive issue and I'm not prepared to kind of have that conversation publicly, because whatever answer I give you on a public platform is only going to be misinterpreted. So if you want to talk about that, let's talk about that off camera, okay? But well done for you for keeping focused on your faith and doing your thing. Yes, this is, so when I talk about pastors being dodgy, it's not because I hate pastors. You see, you've got to know, you got to follow me. What's a mother's boy? A mama's boy is a man who is married to his mama. They pretty much do everything a couple does except have sex, we think. Okay, that's just me pushing it, but pretty much, that's where his emotional intimacy is. That's where he shares his deeper secrets. He doesn't make any moves without mama dearest. He puts mama before you. So if you want to do something and mama wants to do something, then mama wins. I did a guy once who, on weekends, I wouldn't see him because he was with mama. He was with mama. And I'll be like, but I want to go to, but I'm gonna see my mama. Okay, that's like full on mama's boy. Mama has a say. Mama's like the wife and you're the mistress, and you kind of feel it. I'm living with them 10 years. Oh gosh. Okay, so I hope that answers that question. So I'd only kind of budgeted 1 hour for you, my lovelies. Share this video. Let's grow the channel. Let's get to 40,000. Pray for you, Eve. I will. Let's get to 40,000 before the end of October. Let's do it. Okay. Then we can have a real great party. I had a great time chatting to you, my angels. I love you so, so much. I'm so grateful for who you are. With all the negative comments, really, I get way more love from you. I get way more appreciation. You are truly my world. I am so grateful for all of you, your support, your love, your care. I just can't appreciate you enough. You are truly my world. You are truly, truly my world. I think about you when I wake up in the morning. I study because of you. I show up every day because of you, because you are an extension of my family. So I love you to bits and pieces. Thank you, Eve. Thank you. Can you do a live next time on how to have quality friendship? I'll have a few questions. Okay, I will note that. Okay. Um, Thank you, 6th Century Girl. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you soon. Follow me on Instagram. Okay, people, and join me on Chengi's Angels, where I'll be doing lives and doing clinics. So if you're having boy problems, you can get some free advice. All right, gotta go and film some videos for you for the rest of the week. Love you, Bianca. Love you all so much. Thank you for watching. Take care. Mwah, of you. Take care of you. Take care of you. Love you lots. Bye-bye.